Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to this new series. Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the channel, Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. Welcome to this new series, Learn Tarot with Me. So I decided to create this series because I was creating too many pick-a-cards too fast. So I decided to slow down and put my attention elsewhere, and I think this is great. I wanted to create a series that felt like a really nice refresher for tarot and learning tarot. And honestly, my favorite way to learn is through experience and through just jumping into things. So essentially what the series is going to be about is we're going to be learning all of the tarot cards in the tarot deck, and I'm going to choose which categories that we're going to be doing. Like, so I'm going to choose whether we're going to be doing queens and kings, which is what we're doing today, or are we doing major arcanas? Are we doing pages? Are we doing... So I'm going to divide it up into categories, but I might skip around depending on what I'm feeling drawn to for that day. So in this series, I'll choose a category, we'll learn through tarot, we'll learn about tarot, we'll talk about it, and actually I want to get away from being too rigid on definitions. So what I have here is I have my tarot cards, the kings and queens. I have the stack of them here, but I also have this, it's like a practice tarot card, what do you call it, study, pop quiz study deck where you can look at definitions, and it's associated with planets and whatnot. So I'm going to be reading, I'm going to be picking up intuitively what I feel and sense, just so in the same way that I channel messages for my tarot readings. I'm going to be intuitively picking up and sensing for energies, and then I'm going to talk about it, each card. And then I'm going to look at the definition of the cards and see what does the definition say it's about. So some of these I've already meditated on the other night, so I might just go over some of the same definitions, but I'll go ahead and meditate on each card and we'll talk about them. So this is just going to be like a really fun series. Like, you can come back to it, you can like watch a couple of cards and then leave and then come back. I want it to feel very relaxing and an enjoyable experience for you. At the end of this, I'm going to be doing a mini read for you, just depending on whoever's watching. So if you want to stick around for the mini read at the end, then please do so. So let us just go ahead and start out with our meditation first. Cleanse the energy. We are setting the intentions to make this a beautiful, brilliant experience with us learning tarot intuitively. Sorry about that. Here is the singing bowl. Okay. So just a brief description intuitively. You guys know that intuition is different for everyone. I want you to feel inspired to use your intuition to guide you to learn tarot for yourself. I get kind of all of it, really, and I think we all can. I don't think there's a cap. You know, you can hear songs or hear voices or hear things or see colors or see visuals. I like to start with visuals. For me, that's what I'm comfortable with, and then I like to spread it out and see what else comes to me. So that's how I'm going to be channeling my definitions for the cards that we're going to be learning today, the queens and the kings. And I just want you to know, use whatever is your strength as far as learning tarot goes. Use whatever feels... Are you drawn to like audio? Are you drawn to visuals? Are you more clairvoyant? Are you clairsentient? Do you just like know if you speak? Do you start to sense what wants to come out? Just start with your strength and feel comfortable with that. That's primarily the best way to learn how to understand tarot, because everyone has their own definition or understanding of tarot. However, there's something called the ether, and it's in the ether where our guides give to us, and we're guided to energies that give us the definition that we need. Okay. All right, we're going to start off with the King of Cups first. Here's the King of Cups. You can go ahead and stare at it. I'm just going to intuitively feel into it. Guides, dial me into the energies of the King of Cups. Teach me the King of Cups, please. Okay. I mean, the first thing that's coming through makes a lot of sense. It's this all-encompassing energy, vastness, because it's water energy. So it covers up, and it feels like a coat or a coating of some sort. It's going to be very abstract. This is the way I channel, guys. Soft, abstract, comfort. I'm getting a strong sense of comfort. So the King of Cups is very sensitive to comfort. He's probably, out of all of the kings, is very sensitive to his environment and a strong sense of like a home. So this is what I was channeling last night. Having a home is very important to him. Having a home that's very comfortable to him or attuned to his energy is very important. One of the references I got last night was Castle in the Sky. So actually the King of Cups would perhaps be okay with living away in the woods, away from people, because they're so sensitive and empathic to other people's energies. Out of all the kings, they're also the most sensitive to beauty. They like things to look, I'm just getting like home for them is very important. So their home space or their home life has to be to their liking and to their preference. That's important. But also they're very sensitive to the people they surround themselves with. So any environment, whether it's a work environment or personal environment, they're very sensitive to it. I definitely get a calm energy. So I feel like out of all the kings, the King of Cups is the most calm, very chill. Let's see what else we could pick up. Teach me the King of Cups, guides. Slow. So I think out of all of the kings, this king is the slowest. To process, they're probably the slowest and the most patient when it comes to processing information and ideas. They're very observant in that sense. Most patient. I think the King of Pentacles can be patient too, but to me the King of Cups can be very slow. I feel like the King of Pentacles always has a goal, so he's more likely to pursue something. Let's see what else wants to come through here. Oh, very protective. So this, out of all the kings, this one is probably the most ideal father. Very protective of their kids, their space. It's like protective of everything, their energy, their spouse's energy, as well as their children. They're very protective of their kids. They want to take care of them. I was also getting last night, I channeled the number 2 with the King of Cups. They're actually the most ideal companions. They desire for companionship the most because they like to be surrounded by things or people that give them a strong sense of comfort. So it's nice to have a companion for them because they have someone to go to who's always there to connect with. Yes. Anything else? Most sensitive to beauty, perhaps the most sensitive to their own appearance too, or how people perceive them. They're very sensitive to perception. I was getting this for a lot of the water signs I was channeling last night. Water signs are very sensitive to how other people perceive them. So sometimes they're the type who, they like to have a nice home, but if they're the type who entertains a lot, they would have a nice home that they feel like would also be likable to other people too. So they're actually very much likely to follow trends. Sometimes they can fall into trends. They can. Because they kind of care about what other people, how other people perceive them. They're sensitive to that. If they surround themselves with very authentic people, they probably don't care that much about how people perceive them. Like then their priority would be authenticity. So they want to be perceived as authentic. And I would say probably the most open-minded. Yeah, the King of Cups, most open-minded, spacey. Most open-minded, most spacey out of all of the kings. He's open. He's very flexible, very open to new ideas, new concepts, futuristic thinking. I think also the best teacher in terms of collaboration. They're really good teachers to have when it comes to collaboration, talking about ideas, because I'm getting like kids or youth. They would be a really good college professors are working with people who are younger than them or youth, because they can just like, they're open, they want to know, they're very curious about what everyone's learning, what everyone's interested in as well. I could go on and on, guys. So yeah, that's the King of Cups for you. So let me go ahead and read the definition. I'm very like, when it comes to, I'm actually better at keeping abstract energy, that abstract knowledge, than I am at words and specific knowledge. So let's go ahead and read what this card says. So the first thing that stands out is emotional intelligence. We also have here trust, wealth of knowledge, caring, healing, good advice, someone who understands unconscious motivations, a man in touch with his emotional life, a good friend, a mature, emotionally stable person. So yeah, I don't think I used a word. I said teacher, but they would also be a really great counselor as well. Yeah, these are the intuitives. A lot of King of Cups intuitive teachers. That's why they're very good with being flexible to different environments, but they're also very good with working with abstract information. All water signs are like abstract information. It doesn't have to be step 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like more of a King of Pentacles or a King of Swords. Okay, so let's move on to the next king. So we have here the King of Wands. You guys can stare at that for a minute. King of Wands. And guys, dial me into the energies of the King of Wands. Okay. The King of Wands immediately I'm getting is the most picky. He's the most picky, most particular about how he likes certain things to be arranged. So to his liking. Probably the most selfish, I guess. So this is the type of person, like, it's immediately taking me to, like, if they like a big TV in the living room and their wife is like, no, I don't want a big TV in the living room. They're like, no, I want a big TV. Like, they're more than likely to get what they want because they're very unapologetic about their desires. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see what else we can get. King of Wands, guides. Okay, out of all the kings, this one sees themselves as a king. Out of all the kings, I saw the crown, like a big crown. This king sees himself as a king. He or she, they see themselves as a king. Very confident with their status. So this king likes status. They like to be seen as a king. They like to be seen as important. But there's a lot of pride. They have a lot of pride. So that means the quality of work that they produce, it has to be matched. Like they're looking for quality. So this is the type of king, they would probably like the most expensive things, fast cars, expensive, because they like quality. And it's not because of what other people think, it's because they want it. Like that's what they perceive to be as important. It's like, I like feeling important, essentially. Also the most generous, the most fun, most playful as well. Out of all the kings, very playful, very fun, very like jubilant, very life of the party energy. Getting that. The most entertaining, these are the entertainers. These are the entertainers. So these are the best people, like when it like comes to comedy, when it comes to stand-up comedy, when it comes to movies, film, it's these guys. The most confident. They have the most confidence to be like, they're kind of like one focus, like tunnel vision. They have a lot of tunnel vision about what they want to do, what they want to create. They're going to find a way, shape, or form to do it. They're the most insistent and persistent when it comes to their desires and their dreams as well. Let me see if I can pick up how they'd be in a companion. And I'm already kind of picking up an archetype. They would want someone, they definitely would be very unapologetic. They would be the most charismatic, I think, when it comes to pursuing someone. Yeah, the King of Cups I didn't say, but the King of Cups would be the most romantic without question. The most considerate, the King of Cups is like very mature romantic, so it's not like they're gonna lay it on heavy for you. The King of Wands, he kind of does things to get what he wants, but he does it because he likes it. So if he wants to romance, he's gonna do it because he wants to do it. They can put their needs before their own. They can think of it that way, but they're also very protective. So very fiery, very protective, of course. Probably the most, I'm getting a lot of Maka energy from this. It's taking me straight to Maka. Maka is very like, I'm the king of the castle. So very strong sense of respect. You better respect me, respect the way I carry my rules, or how I hold, like whatever rules I have for this organization, this business, or this household, you need to abide by it. If you don't, you need to get out. That's the King of Wands here. Because he believes in like structure and respect. He believes he has like the best way of, he's the most impulsive, probably the worst listener. Probably the worst listener when it comes to negotiation. Because but he's very confident, and the thing is, he is good at what he does, but he can miss opportunities because of that as well. Yeah. But they are generous. They're generous to their friends, families, and they can be very generous to their friend, family, and spouse. Very generous. Give them what they want. It's like they do believe in people having what they want. Like, they may be selfish, but they also believe that everyone else should be selfish too. They believe it. Like a healthy King of Wands would be like, yeah, I like to pursue my desires, but I want you to pursue your desires too. That's a healthy King of Wands. Yeah, they would spoil you. This is the one who would buy the nice stuff, nice rings. If you, I don't know if you like jewelry, you want to be spoiled. This is the one who's going to spoil you. Here, the King of Cups is more likely to, like thoughtful. He's going to do thoughtful things. Like he's going to do something that reminds you of your 6 year, like what you did 6 years ago. He's going to do something like nostalgic, bring up a memory. But the King of Wands is like, he's probably the most futuristic, the most trendy. This is the most trendy guy. He's into whatever is hot and cool right now at this point in time, but also just what he's interested in. This one, though, is the most likely to fall into trends. So it's like whatever is popular, like new technology. This is the King of Wands is like the one who's most likely to advance their technology. Like whatever is the new hot, like the new iPhone, the new camera, the new car. Like this is the one who's more than likely to care about that. The King of Cups is more about how other people perceive him in a way, in a sense. He's sensitive to that. He would buy nice things, maybe just because of that. And maybe because it gives him a sense of comfort. But this guy is more like, no, because I want it, because I can. Okay. So let's go ahead and read the definition for the King of Wands. We have here leadership. Okay. Yeah, the best. Yeah, very confident leaders. Being in charge, decisiveness, very decisive. Yeah. Independence, loyalty, optimism, impulsiveness. There we go. Unexpected income. Okay. Someone who inspires others to creative achievement. Oh, just dropped my cards on the ground. That's fine. Okay, well, let's go ahead and move on to the King of Swords. You can stare at it for a moment. Guides, dial me into the energies of the King of Swords, please. Gotta check the time on the clock and the battery. Dial me into the energies of the King of Swords. This guy is the minimalist. This is a minimalist. Keep it simple, keep it straightforward. No BS. Straight to the point. Get straight to the point. This is the one who, if you were giving him a report, he'd be like, get straight to the point. Probably this is the one who's less concerned about being fulfilled when it comes to what he does. He's more about, I work because I have to work. It's just what you do to pay the bills. Probably the best strategic one. Methodical one. I feel like the King of Pentacles would be more methodical, but I mean, King of Swords is about strategy. I know I've heard people say that. I'm trying to think because I'm seeing an image in my head. It does feel like strategy to me. This is a very goal-oriented King of Swords. They're very, I know like the King of Wands can have tunnel vision, but it's more about his desires. Whereas the King of Swords, it's like he will go through very uncomfortable situations. Like he will go through budgeting tightly on something or being a minimalist for the sake of saving and financial freedom. Like this is a guy who's willing to sacrifice for the sake of getting to the result. And he's thinking about his comfort as well as everyone else's comfort. Probably the most stingy though. Yeah. When I say stingy, just limited. The King of Wands and the King of Cups are more imaginative in terms of like what they can do and what they can accomplish. But the King of Swords is more stingy. He's like, you know, he's fixed on a goal, like $100,000. That's what we can do. And I'm like, well, actually, the King of Cups is like, maybe we can do more than that. We can find an imaginative solution. The King of Wands is like, no, I want $1 million. But the King of Swords is more like, we don't need $1 million. We can do good with 100,000. He's he's actually very practical. Very practical. Let's see what else I can pick up intuitively. When you look at the battery, the King of Swords guides. Okay, I'm thinking forward. So very stable. Very stable. This is the type of, the King of Swords would make sure all of his responsibilities or obligations or every area of his life is checked, like taken care of. And good to go. So probably the most balanced, kind of makes sense. Air sign, most balanced in all areas. But I don't know. I'm just getting like not very fun. Could be quite serious. The King of Swords quite serious. Yeah. Let's see what else I can pick up. King of Swords guides. Okay, what is that? I heard steady growth. Slow. Yeah, it's coming through again. I feel like this guy would be the most patient in terms of accomplishing his goals. But out of the two kings I've looked at so far, his energy feels the most steady, and he has the most, like, they were showing me like a hold. Like, he has a hold onto what he wants to do. Like a solid hold. Like, yeah, he has a solid hold. To me, if you wanted to get something done or get a specific goal accomplished, this is the person you would want to depend on. Because the King of Wands and the King of Cups are more emotional. But the King of Swords is not emotional. He's detached. He's just like, he's going to get you, because he's very detached. So he's very focused on how to accomplish the task in the best way possible. And by the book. This guy is the most traditional and perhaps by the book. That's what I'm getting as well. Probably the least inspiring. Sorry that that's coming through. It's just like very methodical, very dry, cut and dry. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the King of Swords says. Oh, I don't have it. Give me a second. Found you. Okay. All right, so for what I have here, we have here King of Swords, truth. Yeah, cut and dry. Truth, structure, routine. Yep. Intelligent, rational, logical, power, authority, strength, detach. I kept getting lawyer energy. These would be the best lawyers, King of Swords. Best lawyers. Also best judge. The best judge. Judge a character. So we have here manners, conversation, discerning, detached. Head over heart. Head over heart. Very logical. And an unemotional, analytical man of authority who makes balanced judgments. There it is. And gives excellent advice. There you go. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the next king here. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh, I'm missing a queen. Who am I missing? Oh, the Queen of Pentacles? Okay, we're going to have to go through the deck and find her. So the King of Pentacles. You guys can stare at it for a bit here. King of Pentacles. Okay. Guides, dial me into the energies of the King of Pentacles, please. Teach me who the King of Pentacles is. Looking at the time. Okay. Interesting. That's not what I was expecting. So the King of Pentacles is the most subtle. He's the most subtle. Maybe in his movement or in actually even being noticed. The King of Pentacles... they have this kind of vibe or energy where they can like sneak into a room. That's a very interesting thing to say. Or it's coming through. I'm just getting this energy is small. Wasn't expecting that. I think they're the types maybe who are actually comfortable with sitting at the back of the classroom. Like they want to make the least amount of like shake up, or they don't want to like shake anything up. I guess because they're earth energy, they want everything to be steady. But they're the most calm, maybe steady. I feel like the King of Cups can actually be the calmest, but like calm, emotionally calm, like just at peace, the King of Cups. But the King of Pentacles, I'm getting, I guess, very present, just here. Their energy is the least frazzled. That's what I'm getting. They're the most sturdy, very unfrazzled. Let's see what wants to come through here. So they're really good for, I don't know, if you wanted a stable person in your life, the King of Cups would be phenomenal for that. If you're like a really emotional person, they would probably know how to handle that the best. Okay, let's see. What is the King of Pentacles about, guys? Teach me the King of Pentacles. Okay, definitely very patient, but they're good at looking for something or patiently. I was getting this energy of like searching, but they're the most patient when it comes to searching. So they're the slowest. So, okay, this is immediately taking me to if they were to find, like, decide on a house, decide on a partner, to decide to invest in anything, whatever they invest in, they take their time to decide what they want to invest in. They're very thorough. They want to take their time. They take their time when it comes to moving in a specific direction when it comes to life. They're the slowest to commitment, but they're also the slowest to out of commitment because they want stability in their life. So they're the slowest to become into commitment, but they're slowest to come out of it too. Yeah. Interesting. I was getting a seniority though. So I'm getting this sense of, I was kind of getting like dragon energy, or like you can trust, like you can ride on their back, like they're a dragon or something. There's something about they're willing to guide you or show you the way. So really good teachers or guides or partners. Just something about they will patiently show you the way or show you or guide you without trying to like interfere too much. Like they will kind of help guide you. They're the most patient. So like as far as like a boring conversation goes, or I feel like the King of Swords would have the most boring conversations or can. Or as far as a boring business meeting, or I feel like even if they were like, I'm getting counselor energy kind of, the King of Cups would be the most compassionate, but I feel like the King of Pentacles would be the best listener because they're the most present. They would be the best listener when it comes to, because they're like observing everything like patiently. They're taking it all in patiently, and they're just trying to see like what's going on. They need the least distractions. So it's like they don't like a lot going on. If there's a lot going on, it's just too much. They will try to find a way to pull away at distractions in their life. Like if they were studying for like a final or something, they would just be like, they would go cold turkey and be like, nope, nothing. Like nobody, no distractions, nothing. I need to focus and get this work done. So if you've heard of a generator or a manifesting generator or generators in general from human design, these are the best generators. Because generators have this energy of they can just like go and just focus, like tunnel vision on something. It's not intense, so it's not the King of Wands. The King of Wands has an intense tunnel vision. The King of Pentacles has more of a slow, like safe. If you want a safe partner, this is your guy. Safe. He spends safely, like he's responsible, he spends his money well, he doesn't take on too much. He doesn't try to overwhelm himself. I feel like the emotional ones, the King of Wands or the King of Cups, could easily overwhelm themselves. The King of Swords could care less about overwhelming himself. You know, he's like, I can do what I can do. But the King of Pentacles is more like, you know, he knows exactly how much he can take on because he's about routine. He's about like doing the same thing. So he won't do anything too out of his comfort zone. He won't do anything risky. He won't do anything too risky. He's like, I'm getting like the most grandpa energy from this guy, King of Pentacles. Like the most like safe, stable, slow. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through for the King of Pentacles here. This is the person to build a solid foundation with. Strong foundation. So this guy is the strongest in terms of perhaps even physically strong. I didn't really talk too much about appearances, but I was kind of getting energies for all of it. Well, I feel like the King of Wands would be the most obviously attractive or charismatic. The King of Cups can actually be quite beautiful or have a very graceful appearance. Or there's something like deep. The King of Swords, to me, sharp features or just probably the least attractive in terms of attraction. The King of Pentacles, probably like solid. To me, conventionally very, like not very, but conventionally attractive. Conventionally attractive, but solid foundation for anything. So this is the type of person you want to build a legacy with. If they have this kind of energy, it's like the King of Pentacles. This is the type of person you would want to build a legacy with. If you want to accomplish a goal, this is the guy you want. He's not going to be the most emotionally fulfilling, but this guy kind of has it all going on in terms of, he has a little bit, I'm getting like he's a little bit of all of the kings in him. It's very interesting. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Let's see if we can pick up one more thing about the King of Pentacles. No. This is the, yeah, kind of like tunnel vision again is what was coming through, like steady, one direction. So this is the type of, this is the, out of all the kings, what he says he's going to do is what he's going to do. And if this is the type of person, if you plan to do something, they would probably be the most uncomfortable with change. So if their partner, they have layers to them. So I know their partner, they would be okay with their partner or people around them changing and being different and unique. But to me, I'm also getting, it would make them really uncomfortable if their partner all of a sudden just decided that they wanted to buy a motorcycle. Like, it would make them a little bit uncomfortable. And they'd be like, what? You want to do what? I'm getting like dad energy. Kind of like all the dads in all the movies ever. Dad. You know, safe, stable. Probably the best stable father. The King of Cups would be the most like thoughtful. And the King of Wands would be the most fun, energetic to be around. Could also be like a kid too. King of Swords, He'll take care of his responsibilities. He'll pay the bills. So yeah, I'm sure, you know, people are complicated. They're not just the King of Cups or a King of Pentacles. We have a little bit of all the energies in us. So that took up a longer than I was expecting. Let me go ahead and read the King of Pentacles description, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'll go to the Queen of Pentacles. So we have here security, mature, grounded male, successful, wealthy businessman, bettering yourself, not a risk taker. Yep. Empire, thriving, high status, stability, security, enterprising, someone preoccupied with financial matters. A lot about finances. Yeah, and the reason why these guys are the best at financial, King of Pentacles is the best at financial success, is because they literally will like back check everything, and they'll have a plan A, B, and C. So very ideal in terms of like safety. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and then I'm going to go on to the queens. This is a long video, so if you guys want to watch the second part later, then go ahead and do that. But I'm going to just upload it into one because I said it. I didn't know it was going to be this long, okay? I did not know. But I wanted to get really thorough about what I was picking up. All right, I'm back from break. So, by the way, guys, I noticed I had lipstick on my teeth. Let me check it, just in case. But yeah, I had lipstick on my teeth, and I'll probably put a note on it as I'm, like, you'll see it by the time you come to this part. But yeah, I had lipstick on my teeth, so I like the channeling I did, so I'm just going to keep it. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next queen here. Let's go ahead and do, I guess we can do the Queen of Pentacles since she's right here. We're going to do the Queen of Pentacles next, so you can go ahead and stare at her beauty. And we'll look into what makes her her. So I just also want to add in additionally, as I told you guys before, I'm actually better at pulling energy than I am at looking at the tarot cards and like picking up. I'm better at like feeling things, like feeling than sometimes when I look at the cards, it makes me question. But you know, intuition is a muscle, so don't ever be afraid if you ever feel uncertain. This is why I'm doing this Learn Tarot with me. I'm confident in my intuition, but the way that I feel about tarot, that part can be, it's really good. It's really good, but I can be better. So, and we can always improve. Okay, so guides, dial me into the energies of the Queen of Pentacles, please. Teach me, who is the Queen of Pentacles? Oh, that's so pretty. I'm not entirely sure what I was seeing, but I got a very sweet, angelic energy. So the Queen of Pentacles has like a very sweet, soft, like there's something about her energy that just feels so warm and receptive. Very warm, receptive. I guess it is a feminine energy. I mean, feminine sign. Earth sign is our feminine. But yeah, she's very warm, receptive. There's something about her hug that feels comforting. So I think Queen of Pentacles are very good at, they can be good at maybe physical affection and just like making you feel cared for and taken care of and loved. They're also quite beautiful. I'm guessing beauty. I'm getting beauty right away, I guess, because these are queens. So we're going to get a lot of that. But yeah, the Queen of Pentacles feels quite beautiful, quite confident in her beauty, or she likes her beauty. She likes to attend to her beauty. So she likes to make sure she moisturizes her skin. She washes her hair. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles would actually enjoy doing all of those things, getting pampered. and dressing up. She does like dressing up very much so. The energy felt like it was floating and flying as well. So something about her where she likes to have fun or enjoy herself or have a good time or have a good girls' night out. I mean, I'm saying her because it's feminine energy. You can replace this with a he very easily. Let's see what else. Queen of Pentacles, guys. Okay. Yeah, like the King of Pentacles, she likes routine. She likes to have things in a certain place. So for example, her home, everything has a place. If you move it, it might disrupt her. It might make her upset. She likes her home kept a specific kind of way. Like more, like the King of Pentacles would be probably more picky about partners or people. I don't think they would care too much about appearance because it's masculine energy. Masculine energy doesn't tend to be very super self-conscious about physical features. The King of Wands and the King of Cups are self-conscious though about their features. But the Queen of Pentacles though, she likes like things kept a certain way, like her home, or if she has a way of like she doesn't like to, I'm getting like, not make last minute plans. So she likes her schedule. She likes to know what's going on through the week. A little bit maybe of control freak energy coming through. But it's not like crazy control freak. She's just like some semblance of control over her day-to-day life or her routine. She likes things to be put in place. She doesn't really like things to disturb that very much. She's very much apt to get it though. She's the type of queen, like if someone said at the last minute, hey, I have plans, she would probably say no. Unless she really cared. It would depend. But I'm getting this vibe that she would say no unapologetically just because it disrupts her routine or her time. Let's say someone wanted to hang out, but she's like, but I have to go pick my kid up from soccer. No, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to hang out right now. There's not enough time. I have other obligations and responsibilities. So this queen is very much likely to attend to her responsibilities and her kids first. First priority. Her family, her priorities first. Her job, her career, you know, if she has to be responsible. This is the type, definitely a student, teacher's pet. She would make sure she gets her homework done. Very self-conscious about that. It's about her, there's like a sense of respect. She has a sense of respect for herself, so she likes to be seen as productive, or like she can do her job very well. And she is very good at her job. Very good, very efficient at whatever she does or sets her mind to. She's very good at it. And she will make sure to be good at it. She knows how to work towards some kind of level of mastery in her life as well, because she's very good at what she likes to be an expert in things, is what I'm getting. I've heard King of Swords can be like the expert, which I was getting like lawyer energy, so that makes sense for him. But for the Queen of Pentacles, she likes to be an expert at what she does. So I'm seeing, like if she was running, I'm seeing this, like a beauty company, I'm seeing that because she's a feminine. I'm getting feminine energy. You can run any kind of business you want if you're a Queen of Pentacles, but if she were running a beauty company, she would know makeup backwards and forwards. She would know her products. She would know how to talk about her products. She would know the days and dates and times, how to suggest to people what. She would know how to talk about or promote her product without it being like promotion-y. She would make it, because she's actually loves what she does. Like the Queen of Pentacles actually does like what she does or appreciates what she does, or she's very good if she finds, I'm getting Queen of Pentacles. So I'm like, if you're doing a job that you don't want to do, the Queen of Pentacles energy is she's going to do a job that she's actually passionate about. Her career life matters to her. And so doing a job that she's passionate about is what she's here to do. It's not pay the bills. Like she's about paying the bills, but that's not why she works. She works for her own personal fulfillment of doing something creative that inspires her. Yeah. Very responsible, very reliable. Very responsible, very reliable energy. Probably the best moms. Queen of Pentacles, probably the best mom, because she knows how to set boundaries. She has a lot of self-respect for herself. So she will set boundaries. She'll be like, no, you're not taking advantage of me. The Queen of Cups could probably let people take advantage of her, but the Queen of Pentacles will not. She will not play that game. Because she doesn't have time. She's all about her resources, so it's like if she has a certain amount of time that's a resource to her, or a certain amount of energy to offer to her kids or her friends or her family, she likes to think in terms of how much do I have available? Do I have enough energy to hang out with people? If I don't, there's no point in me going. She's very much like that. she's not about overestimating or underestimating how much she can offer. She knows her value is what I'm getting. She strongly knows her value. Anything else that wants to come through for the Queen of Pentacles? Good friend, probably one of the best friends, Queen of Pentacles. Like reliable, stable. This is the type of friend you would have from, you know, your childhood to adult years. They're very stable. So at the core, it's like whoever she was when she was a kid, she's always had this stable essence within her. Like she kept that throughout her life. Throughout life, yes. She's not about opulent, so she likes to have like nice things and be comfortable, but she's not about I need to have the nicest this and the nicest that. She doesn't care about that. She's all about resources. So it's like, well, if we can afford that, or if that's something I actually want, then I'm either going to work more for it, or we're going to budget for it, but we're not going to just spend lavishly for nothing. That makes no sense. Very logical in that sense about her resources. Okay. Let me see if I can pull anything else from the visions here. Really good companion. Very good companion with the Queen of Pentacles. Very patient when it comes to listening to what her partner has to offer or say. She knows how to be detached, but she also knows how to be affectionate. So, honestly, kind of ideal wife. Very much ideal wife, Queen of Pentacles. Because she knows how to give love and affection, yet she knows how to give people their space too and respect that as well. Okay, let's go ahead and see what the Queen of Pentacles says. So we have here abundance, fertility, prosperity, sensuality. Okay, she's sensuality. Responsibility, creativity, wealth, common sense, nurturance, someone concerned with the welfare of others. A capable woman who is both a mother and a businesswoman. Yes, we're picking that up. Okay, let's move on to the next energy. We have the Queen of Cups here. You can stare at her for a minute and take in her beauty. Queen of Cups. So, by the way, as you guys are doing this Learn Tarot with me, why don't you go ahead and pull your cards out? I don't know why I didn't say that. I might put a disclaimer or, you know, a little thing at the beginning of the video, but pull your cards out and look at them or experience them and feel into that as you're listening to these videos with me. Okay. Guides, delve into the energies of the Queen of Cups, please. Okay, what was that? Like a propeller? Okay, I'm getting options, so that's the first thing that came through. Something about, I wonder if she's the most indecisive. Okay, so I think the Queen of Cups would probably be the most indecisive. Something about she likes to take in her options or weigh her options is what I'm getting. So she'd be the most indecisive. She likes to weigh her options or think and consider what's going on. Probably the most overwhelmed by choices. Sorry, random information, but I think the most overwhelmed by options. Because she feels like, I think she sees the good in maybe like everything or everyone. She knows how to see the good in things. So she can see the potential in things like everywhere. So it's hard for her to maybe make a decision sometimes. But I'm also getting a sense that she has a lot of options. Maybe because she's the most magnetic. That makes a lot of sense. So she's like one of the most magnetic. She's the most magnetic of all the queens. So she somehow knows how to attract or manifest very well a lot of options. Where this Queen of Pentacles will manifest more what she wants. Like exactly what she wanted on her scripting, her manifesting list is exactly what will come into her life. Pretty much to the detail. But the Queen of Cups is very magnetic for like possibilities. The King of Cups, I was getting that too. Both of them are like creative dreamers, like possibilities. You just don't know with them. A lot of ideas, a lot of inspiration, very magnetic to options. So the Queen of Cups would probably be the most appealing when it comes to courting for a lot of different types of guys, because she doesn't have a type. Maybe I'm getting that she doesn't have a specific type. She likes what comforts her. She's gonna settle with the one who gives her the most sense of comfort. It makes her feel beautiful, probably the most feminine, and allows her to be the most feminine unapologetically. But I'm also getting a sense that she's the one that people like to court the most because she's a lot of magnetic energy. And she knows how to maybe be herself, but be herself with a lot of different other people. She's a lot of acceptance or compassion for other types of people. That's what I'm getting. The King of Cups, I got that energy too. They're both the most compassionate about like different types of people. If you're weird, quirky, homeless, like they're the most accepting towards people of all statuses and walks of life. That's what I'm getting. So I'm gonna go back to what I channeled last night. So I picked on, this queen would probably be the most happy to have lots of kids. She would have lots of kids or lots of creative ideas, either one or the other. Creative ideas, creative projects, creative kids. She likes a lot of creativity. Like she likes a lot of options. That's what I keep getting with the Cups energies. Like they like a lot of options. They like to experience like many different things in life. They like to travel to Paris and then go to the desert and then go to, like, they like to experience the most spectrum of life. So probably the most intuitive psychic, but the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups would probably live the most. I think the King of Wands would live a very adventurous life too. The King of Wands, the Wands and the Cups, both of them would live a very adventurous life. But I feel like the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups would be the most go with the flow with whatever's happening, whereas the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands would want the best of something. The best of this, the best of that. Whereas the King of Cups and Queen of Cups would make something magical. They would be the most magical as a couple to experience. Like the most interesting, maybe eccentric. Yeah. The King of Wands would be eccentric on purpose. Because it gets him attention, maybe. Or it gets him what he wants. But the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups are the definition of eccentric. They can be. Because they're very open. They can be very open to like whoever they want to be. Do they want to be this today or do they want to be that today? They'll be whatever they want. Very interesting. I was getting bridal energy when I channeled it last night. So this is, again, there's something very appealing about the Queen of Cups. She's probably the most magnetic. She comes off as the most beautiful, whether it's her presence, her aura, or her energy. She comes off as like beautiful. Whereas the Queen of Wands would be more like attractive. She comes off as the most beautiful, like a bride. There's something about her that just seems like ideal, dreamy, very dreamy. The King of Wands and the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups would be the most dreamy when it comes to partners. It's easy for people to project. That's why they probably get the most options. They're the easiest to project onto your illusions or your desires about what you want them to be. Because they're open. There's something about their aura, their energy that's just very open to like, it's easy for people to project onto them. So maybe strong, like 12th house energy, like a little bit mysterious. They can be. The Queen of Cups is just very soft, very delicate. She probably come off as pale. I do get that from the visions as well, like pale, fair skinned, very pretty. Okay, yes, lots of projects, lots of creativity. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come through. Okay, very calm. She can be very calm. So, Queen of Cups can be very calm, very focused. There's something very artistic. So, it's like if this would be a really good card to pull if you wanted to do something like really creative. The Queen of Pentacles too. But if you wanted a really creative career where you can transform. So, she's the most transformative. She can be anything. So, probably the best actresses would be Queen of Cups. The most famous people are usually wands, right? Like confident. They're confident, but the most talented, fluid actresses or actors would probably be cups energy, because they know how to flow in and out of energy. Different personalities. They like their spectrum. They like different personalities. I was even getting last night when I was channeling, they will listen to sad music or depressing music just because. Sometimes. Like they actually like it sometimes. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles would be like, no. If I don't want to be depressed, no. I don't want to listen to sad music. But the Queen of Cups would be like, I would do it for art. Like, the art, I like the emotions. They like to be pulled by their emotions. They like to be inspired by their emotions. So they would go watch a sad French film or something. A sad French film on purpose to like understand life in a deeper way. It's so funny. Okay. Let me see. Oh, look, I just saw, why is Pisces so creepy? Someone just posted something. It's funny. Pisces. That's funny. Okay, let me see if there's anything else I can pull for you guys. Dreamy birdie. They would be the most, I feel like, very seductive without really trying. They could probably be the most innocent and seductive at the same time. I feel like all the queens probably could do that, honestly, because feminine energy is just seductive in general, but they could be both at the same time. Like, seductive and innocent, and sweet and innocent at the same time. Like, they would know they're being seductive on purpose. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the definition of it. We have here nurturing. Oh yeah, so I said lots of kids. So yeah, most very nurturing. They would be very playful with their kids. That's what I channeled last night. So playful. They would like kids of all type of personalities. They would be the ones who are most open to having kids of all walks of life. I think Angelina Jolie has a Rahu and Scorpio in the 5th house, which is about kids, and she has like kids of all sorts. They would be the most open to having like different, like exotic, like different type of kids, different type of personalities. They would be the most respectful towards kids and their cycles. So they would know how to handle if a kid's depressed, or if a kid's anxious, or if a kid is just super bubbly. They would know how to be flexible to all of those emotions, and they would actually like that. They would like that. The Cups people would probably like moody partners in a sense. They would, but it depends on who gives them a sense of comfort too. They would like that. It would, because they like something about options. Okay. So we have here a choice based on sincere feelings, imaginations, dreams, empathy, occult interests, deep feeling. Your mother or a mother substitute may play a significant role in near future events. Yeah, that's a weird definition. Let's move on to the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Excuse me. Guides, dial me into the energies of the Queen of Swords. That's pretty. Wow. All of the queens give this like really beautiful, even the Queen of Swords, which I wasn't expecting. But they would be the most, honestly, I'm getting graceful. I feel like the Queen of Cups would be very graceful, yes. Very dreamy, but they feel the most graceful. Like, you know how you see those people, like a ballerina. I was getting like a very detached, graceful ballerina energy. So to me, because ballerinas offer this energy of, like, they're very skilled. So something about, they're the ones who would be the most graceful and skilled at what they do. So if they sew, if they communicate, they would be the most graceful at that. If they would be great at whatever they do. They would do it really well. Because it's a little different for them. You know, I feel like it's because they're so detached and just, they are whatever they need to be at that moment for it to work out, that it just becomes successful. Like, I'm getting that they don't think. They don't like to which is funny because it's swords. It's not that they don't think. They're the most meditative or the most neutral. Like, they know how to enter into this quiet, neutral space when they're doing something or focus on something. They do not waste their energy. They're very good at conserving it. I'm getting that. Not sure if I let you guys stare at it long enough. They will not waste their energy. They will actually be, I'm actually getting like very beautiful, probably like models, like the most graceful features, or the most, because models can be very like, they're not like emotional, like an actress or actor, that's like, you have to show your emotions, but a Queen of Swords would be very good at something that has to do with beauty and detachment and not being overly emotional. I'm getting a very, like, a stereotype. It's coming through very strongly. So it's like, whoever that smart, pretty girl was, that was kind of popular but very detached. So it's taking me to Center Stage, if you guys have ever seen that movie. One of the characters has that energy, where her mom had her become a ballerina, and, like, her mom, like, was like, you are going to be the best ballerina, but she has this, like, cool, calm, and collective energy. It's, like, cool, calm, collective. But they actually, people admire them for that, because they're cool and calm. I'm getting that women look up to them. They look the coolest at doing things. Most sophisticated. That's what I'm getting. The most mature and most sophisticated out of all the queens. Very sophisticated, very mature. They would probably grow up or mature sooner than the other queens. I know I'm creating a whole storyline, but this is what helps me to channel. But they're the ones who, like, older brother, older sister vibes, or the leader of their group, or the leader of their clique. Something about people are flocked to them and respect them, like, a lot. Easily, pretty effortlessly. Because they're cool, calm, and collective. It reminds me of, like, looking at a movie star and being like, oh, I want to be like that. I want to be like a movie star, just, like, cool and calm and beautiful. That's what the Queen of Swords energy is. Okay, I wasn't expecting that. But smart. So, like, really smart, really intelligent, a great conversationalist. A great partner for someone who wants to talk a lot. So someone who wants to talk a lot, this would be the best partner. Very calm energy. So if she wanted to make any changes or decisions in her life, she would just be very swift with it. Or, you know, just straight to the point. But I'm getting compassionate too. I'm actually getting compassion energy from this. Because the ballerina is very fluid. So it's like, I feel like the Queen of Swords would be very compassionate. So let's say she's leaving a job. She wouldn't just be like, I quit. She would, the Queen of Wands would be more sassy about it. She'd be like, I quit. But the Queen of Swords is not sassy. She's more confident and put together. So she's the most put together out of all of them. She wouldn't be disheveled. She, like, her-ish, very much Anna Wintour. That's a good stereotype. Anna Wintour, like someone who can run a company, be sophisticated, smart, intelligent, successful, but has always this, like, detached expression on her face. Not very emotional. But very good networker, very good at whatever. People like this queen. That's so interesting. I didn't expect that. I'm actually getting a lot of popularity with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and I think the Queen of Wands they would be the most popular. They'd be, like, very popular amongst people. Because people look up to them. That's what I'm getting. It's just, they look like they just know their ish. They know their they know their ish. Okay, let's go ahead and read. We have here astute. Thought dominates feelings, perceptiveness, keen insight, fair judgment, right decisions. There you go. They make the right decisions. They're not going to be like, I'm going to make a careless decision. Now's the time to stand up for yourself and be clear about your wants and needs. They're very clear about their wants and needs. One who has suffered loss or hardship. An intelligent, witty, analytical woman. Oh, I didn't even read all of that. There we go. Great conversationalist. So the hardship, these queens, like, I want to comment on the hardship part. This queen would probably be the most willing to endure things. So I'm actually getting, so I know, you know, how women had to go through things during the war. This woman would cut off her emotions just so she and her kids can survive. So this is that energy of, like, I will cut off my emotions to survive. Like, I will numb myself if I have to survive. Intense. Okay, so last queen, Queen of Wands. I'm loving this master class. This is awesome. I didn't know I was going to get so into this. I think I was practicing last night and I did like 6 or 7 cards, maybe like 8. And I was like, this is really fun. Why don't I just do this in front of camera so I can help other people learn the definitions of their cards and, like, intuitively dive in and trust your instincts. So here's a Queen of Wands. Go ahead and stare at her lovely beauty. Guys, dial me into the energies of the Queen of Wands. Teach me what the Queen of Wands is all about. Interesting. This is the funniest one. This is your comedian right here from feminine energy. She's going to be the funniest, the most entertaining to be around. So I'm actually not, immediately what they gave me was not like an attractive stereotype, like a hot woman. They actually gave me the opposite. They gave me, like, comedians who are just, like, normal sized women, basically, like normal beauty standards, essentially. But immediately they took me to, like, comedic. They would be the most entertaining, funny to be around. Interesting to talk to, interesting to be around. They're just fun, good vibes, good energy. That's why they're so good, like, entertaining. It doesn't matter what they look like. They're actually very attractive because they tend to have very attractive personalities. So it doesn't matter if they're attractive or not. They tend to have, like, a vibe or energy that pulls people to them. Or people are just like, oh, I'm vibing with this. Like, I'm just with this. I'm with whatever you're I'm on whatever you're on. Let's do it. But very sheepish. I'm actually getting a little bit of Mila Kunis. I got that immediately. So Mila Kunis has done Family Guy, and she's done a lot of, like, you know, that 70s show. She's done a lot of fun movies and shows where she just comes off as, like, she's the Queen of Wands, Mila Kunis. So that's, I don't know what her sign is. I think she's an Aquarius, actually, but I'm getting her vibe is, oops, sorry, Queen of Wands, which celebrities usually are going to be a Wands. Someone who gets a lot of attention. So the most popular is the Queen of Wands. Yeah. What I think all the queens are popular because they're queens, because they're very magnetic. But the Queen of Wands is the definition of popular. Like whoever you thought was popular in school, they would have a lot of personality. They don't even have to be that physically appealing. People would still like them a lot. And if you think about it, a lot of Leos, they tend to be just like memorable because of like their heart, their energy, their vibe. Not necessarily the looks. It's their energy. I'm just getting like huge friend group. They're probably going to have the most friends or people around them or surround them because they like people and they like to entertain people. They have a lot of energy to give to people. That's why people are drawn to them. Yeah, people are like probably the most magnetic queen in terms of people. People and probably opportunities. This is a person who they're just like, I like you, so I'm going to give you this opportunity just because I like you. I don't even care if you don't have to be like an expert like the Queen of Swords. Like the Queen of Swords, she knows her ish. Queen of Pentacles also knows her ish. The Queen of Cups would probably be very talented and gifted, very fluid with her energy. But the Queen of Wands would be like, you got great energy, like high frequency energy. And that's why I want to offer something to you. Like I'm getting this like sheepish look, like they know. So the Queen of Wands would probably be the most confident in terms of they know they're charming. They know they're attractive. They know what their charms are. They know what their angles are. They know how to be attractive to people. They're the most aware of that. Queens, I think, are generally aware, but they're the most, like, they will use it to their advantage if they have to. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through. Okay, they have the biggest heart. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. I felt like the Queen of Cups is the most compassionate, but these people have like heart on fire. They have a big heart. A lot of heart. They just have a lot of heart. They put a lot of heart into what they do, the people that they surround themselves with. Like a lot of love to offer to people. They have a lot of love to give. Like very passionate, I guess. Very passionate lovers. People just feel their heart. You can feel their heart like viscerally. Like, do you see how my energy is changing as I'm talking about the Queen of Wands? You would feel their heart like viscerally, like their energy, their vibe. So the most intense out of all the queens, for sure. You would feel their intensity from a mile away. From across the screen, you would feel it. You would feel their vibe, their energy, like you're in the room with them. You could feel it. So probably the most abrasive. They would probably be the most abrasive. If you didn't like their personality, they would probably be the most abrasive to people. To just like, oh, I'm turned off. I gotta go. This is too much. This is too much for me. I can't handle this. I cannot. Let's see what else I can pick up. Queen of Wands. Teach me who the Queen of Wands is, guys. Okay, I was getting a little bit of fairy princess energy. So, what is that? So I was seeing someone, it felt like a Disney prince, like someone they're not the princess just yet. They were dressed in more peasant clothes, but they're still very beautiful. I was seeing like their hair and it was very long and like red, so they're very beautiful. And then she was like grabbing apples or something. So a lot about personality and charm keeps coming through for this Queen of Wands. It's like she's very attractive without needing to look attractive. But her personality makes her very attractive, or her energy makes her very attractive. She might be like, if you put her next to someone else, she might look okay. But actually her energy, her vibe, or her aura is quite big or potent compared to the other queens. And infectious. There's something infectious about her energy. as well. Easy to love, easy to like, easy to admire. I got more admiration for the Queen of Swords, but this one, it's just easy to like, easy to enjoy. She would be the main character. She's the main character. That's the energy I'm getting. So the Queen of Wands is the main character wherever she goes, or she knows how to be the main character wherever she goes without, she doesn't have to dress like it. She just is it somehow. And what was the hair reference? I just kept getting like beautiful hair. I think, strangely enough, this queen would probably be either the most humble when it comes to her beauty. That's kind of like what I'm getting. Like, they would probably be very effortlessly, they probably could be like very attractive, but they don't focus on it. Isn't that interesting? I wouldn't think that with the Queen of Wands. They would know they're attractive, but they wouldn't, they're the ones who try the least to be attractive. Okay. How should I explain this? It's not like they're not going to try, but there's something about their beauty that's effortless. That's what it wants to come through. There's something about their beauty that feels effortless. Huh. Cool. Okay, so we have here, first word, vibrancy, energy, good business sense, confidence, foresight, an attractive, magnetic, mature woman. A helpful friend who is well liked. There we go. That makes sense. A kind, loyal, generous, confident, and a competitive woman who enjoys enterprise and the limelight and who also values her home and family life. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull any energy about the home life, what she would be like. She would be the most fun. So probably the most fun mom or the most entertaining to be around. She would know how to play, like, with the kids and enjoy. Whereas the Queen of Cups, she comes off as mature and she's enjoying her kids as the mature mother or feminine energy in that connection. But the Queen of Wands she will play like a kid. She knows how to think like a kid too. Very mischievous energy I was getting for the Queen of Wands. She can be quite mischievous. I'm gonna get what I want. She would probably like manipulate her kid, not like in a bad way, manipulate her kids to get what she wants. Like, she's the most what do you want to call it? It's like foxy energy, like fox, strategic. I don't know the word. But she's probably the most strategic when it comes to, like, I know how to get the kids to go to sleep early. I know how to get the kids to eat vegetables. Like, she's the most creative when it comes to things like that. And yeah, I do get a competitive drive. Like, she'll challenge herself to do things. But very fun, playful mom. As a partner, a romantic partner, she would be very fun. Just, like, vibrant to be around. Very great energy. Easy to spoil, probably. I feel like she would be very easy to spoil. I get this vibe that I always got the vibe that the Queen of Wands was a little masculine compared to the other queens. Maybe because she's just very confident. But she would spoil her husband too, like, or spoil her masculine partner as well. The feminine would, yeah, the Queen of Wands would spoil her partner. Spoil their partner. I'm getting that. They would be the ones who want to give and be generous to their partner too. They like what they want, but they also like spoiling too. I'm getting that vibe. They want to spoil their kids. They want to, like, they're like, we're going to Disneyland. We're going to, like, do some crazy fun things together. Okay. All right. All right, let's go ahead and do a reading. That was fun. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to not do pick a cards for a while. I'm going to try to just do some entertaining reads, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to see, guys, we're looking into a mini read for the collective, whoever's watching this video. Let's just see if we can give them some beautiful information. I haven't used this deck in months. My ethereal oracle deck. I mean, tarot deck. Okay. You guys, you won't even believe it. It's the Queen of Wands. Surprise, surprise. Your guys' pool was the Queen of Wands. Okay. I gotcha. So the energy, the advice they want to tell you is be a Queen of Wands. So everything that we just talked about is what they want you to invite into your life and see yourself as such. Okay. Message for the collective. Let's see. Let me just pull a few more cards for you guys, and then I'll finish this reading. I like it. Okay, so I think a lot of you guys you're wanting to find your confidence in working with tarot. You're wanting to believe in yourself a lot more. You're wanting to feel good about it. This is the advice I want to give to you. Be confident in what you do. Be confident in your vibe. So the Queen of Wands is very confident about what she has to offer. You know, she's not trying to imitate. By the way, I didn't say that, but the Queen of Wands is not trying to imitate anyone. She's like, that's why she's very good at exuding her aura naturally, because she's just naturally herself, and she's very comfortable being herself. She's very entertained by who she is and how her personality comes out. So be entertained by who you are and work that to your advantage. Your version of you is good enough, and it's not even good enough, it's enough. It's more than enough. Offer that to the world. It looks like a lot of you guys have some personality, a bright vibe, or a light to offer to the world. Offer it to them. Offer them your light. This is the witchy one, by the way. I didn't even talk about that because I was just intuitively picking up on other energies. But the Queen of Wands is the most witchy. I think the Queen of Pentacles can be witchy too, because Virgo energy, witchy. But the Queen of Wands can be she's very witchy. She's got a black cat, for goodness sake. So be witchy, like enjoy understanding that you're the one who's alchemizing your life. You're the one who's pulling magic into your life and creating experiences. You're the one who's co-creating the reality that you want. They want you to know this. So the other card we have here is student. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So know that this is an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process. I'm probably always going to, go back to the same things that I was into, go back to learning tarot. In another 2 years, I'll start like relearning all my cards all over again. I'm always going to be entertained. Honestly, every time I pull a card, I'm learning something. So be open to lifelong learning. Know that you are a student of life. You're here to be a student of life. Absorb the knowledge. Be the tree, right? This kid's the tree. Be the tree. We also have here 52, you can own a stillness. Okay, so emotional control or just energetic control is important for you to learn anything. As a student, are you learning like this? Are you learning when there's a lot of chaos going on, or like around here? But it's about what's going on in here too. That's what's important. They really want you to be cognizant and aware of your energy. To be aware that the more you focus and the more present you are, the more powerful your intuition is going to come through. It's going to come through very powerfully just by being so present and being with it and being in that moment. Sometimes I'm thinking about this or that. Then I have to focus on my attention on my vision, or I have to focus on what I'm hearing, and I have to like hone in on it. So know that the more you hone on it, the better you will get at whatever you're trying to create here. Okay. Astrology's last piece of advice. Be confident. You got this. We have Mercury and Capricorn in the 6th house. So yeah, Mercury in the 6th house. Nice. So communication. So if you are a tarot reader, your communication skills are important. You have to communicate very directly and hopefully calmly. Sometimes I forget to do that. I get so excited. But communicate, develop your communication skills. So invest your energy into developing your communication skills and learning how to intuitively give people the information that they need. With that 6th house energy, that can be about routine or practicality. And even Capricorn is about practicality. So develop your communication skills, and ultimately the advice that's going to help people the most is the practical. And when I say practical, it's the day-to-day. So it's nice to give people esoteric knowledge and advice and information and to let them know what's going on here and there. But there is something about needing to be practical that's coming through here. Needing to be practical about either the way that you communicate. So maybe like take your time. Saturn energy can be quite slow. Capricorn can be quite slow. That energy. So like think about the way that you're communicating it, and ultimately know that your words are here to offer healing aid to people. So if you're offering healing aid to people, I feel like you're doing exactly what is aligned with your purpose. If you felt called to watch this video, then you felt this is your purpose. This is what wants to be activated in your life. This is what you want to enjoy and experience. Enjoy it. And know that this is a serious business. To be a coach, to be a spiritual coach, to communicate healing messages is the real deal. So see yourself as such. See yourself as the real deal. See yourself as a communicative healer, here to offer your advice and your guidance to the world. Okay, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like, subscribe to support. Let me know if how this experience was for you. This was my first time doing this, so it was a little bit disorganized. However, to me, I like to impulsively jump in, and then I like to just modify it and get better one video at a time. Bye.